What is up, YouTube? I wanted to take a little bit of time today to talk about the GoPro Hero 9 and how great it is for motovlogging, because man, I'm really thoroughly enjoying this camera. A couple things I wanted to bring up. This might actually be the best GoPro for motovlogs yet. Dare I say it. I had the GoPro 8, have a couple of buddies with the GoPro 7, and they kind of sucked. There wasn't anything so great about using them. I'm using the Purple Panda lavalier mic, the media mod for the GoPro 9, and hello. I'm using the Purple Panda lavalier mic, the media mod for the GoPro 9, the GoPro 9 itself, and I gotta say, this might be GoPro's best camera yet, and likewise, the best camera that GoPro has made for motovlogging as of yet. I don't think they've made a better camera for motovlogging. This is fantastic. First thing to talk about, the battery life. My God. The battery life on this camera at 1080p is, I believe, like well into the hour and 40-minute range, which is phenomenal, because on the GoPro Hero 8, even with 1080p, I think the best I could max is about an hour and 2 minutes, maybe, at 1080p, low frames. I can do 1080p, like 120 frames for maybe like an hour and 40 minutes, maybe almost 2 hours maybe, with the GoPro Hero 9, which is awesome. I can catch so much footage in that time. Being limited to just an hour is a lot more difficult than you'd anticipate. You think it'd be enough, but not really. The other thing, the media mod on this, with this little dead cat cover that goes over the media mod's built-in mics, you can actually capture good audio. Even without the Purple Panda mic, you can capture phenomenal audio riding on this bike. There is still some wind noise, I've noticed. Ooh, sketchy. There still is some wind noise, but it's not so bad that you can't actually watch the footage. Damn road snakes. You can't actually watch the footage without losing your mind. Oh yeah. You can actually, as I was trying to say, watch the footage. I'm filming in a new helmet today, so hopefully I'm not just catching the view of the ground and wind noise. I don't know what it sounds like in this helmet or looks like, so hopefully this isn't useless footage. But as I was saying, with the dead cat attachment that comes with this GoPro Hero 9 media mod, you can actually capture decent audio without having to buy a special mic. There is still some significant wind noise, but it's not unusable footage, to my surprise. And that was a big issue I had with the GoPro 8. So occasionally I just wanted to, like, you know, catch a nice ride, not really talking to the camera, just for, you know, whatever reason. And the footage was almost unusable without having some sort of dead cat cover over it, which is what comes with the GoPro 9. I think between that and GoPro's wind noise reduction technology, it is super usable now, as compared to before when it was not usable at all. All you got was wind noise. You couldn't hear the bike. You couldn't hear anything. One of the nice things, even if you put the mic to reverse, you can actually sort of hear yourself talking. At least in my helmet, my old helmet. Oh, look at that! I just hit 8,000 miles. 8,000 miles, everybody. still running strong. Other nice thing about the GoPro, man, I've yet to find a use for 5K or 6K or whatever it is. I think it's 5K. I don't know of any use for it, and uploading that footage takes forever because there's so much data. Trying to find any place to upload that is near impossible, but hey, it's a nice feature to have. I don't know of any way to utilize it in all of its beauty without a proper TV. But yeah, it's cool that you have that. I wouldn't necessarily count that off as a reason to buy this camera as of yet. 5K is cool, but there's really nothing you can do with it. Or is it 6K? I don't know. A 6K or 5K, whatever the hell it is. It's more of a gimmick at this point. Nobody has those types of TVs or computers, and I think YouTube's the only place that allows you to upload footage in that quality. 4K and 1080p is where it's at. Another thing, 4K, you can film in 4K with this camera for about an hour and 20 minutes, which on the GoPro Hero 8 was like maybe 55 minutes of footage. If you were lucky. If you were lucky. This was filmed in Mexico. Yeah, I can do 4K for like a solid hour and a half on this camera at, I believe, 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. And it's not bad. I can actually capture footage, and I don't have to fumble around with batteries constantly. Which really sucked on the old camera. It really sucked. And previous cameras before that couldn't even film in 4K, so... Filmed in Mexico. Filmed in Mexico. Yeah. The other thing, once you get yourself a nice helmet and a decent setup, this camera is awesome. The footage is quality. I have yet to really test out its limitations in extreme temperatures. Today is probably the hottest day I've actually tried filming with this camera, but I've heard other people have had issues with the GoPros in high heat and extreme cold. I've heard that they can die on you. I don't know what the 9 is like yet. It's a 90-degree day out, I believe. This is the hottest I've ever had this camera. So, if it turns off and dies or corrupts footage, I'll be sure to mention that. I have to say, though, to anybody out there trying to do a motovlog, highly, highly recommend this camera. If you want to do motovlogs, the GoPro 9 and Media Mod with the purple tandem mic, that's where it's at, dog. You gotta get that shit. You really just kind of gotta get it. Hopefully this wind noise isn't absolutely destroying my audio right now. I'm not sure how well this helmet is handling it. But yeah, you can film crazy amounts. You can film for crazy amounts of times. The quality and performance of the camera is nice. I got big, deep boy hands, so touching the screens on the previous cameras really sucked. This is definitely the best GoPro screen I've handled thus far. Those small camera screens, man, I'm not a fan of that. It really just was not fun. It sucked. And being able to actually touch the screen and utilize it, to my surprise, was more of a gift than I thought it would be. I didn't realize how much I hated the previous screens until I used the 9, because it is significantly larger than the GoPro 8 and the 7s and all the other previous ones that came before it. Which is another reason, if you're like me and you got big sausage fingers, maybe get yourself a GoPro 9. Handling it would be a lot better. Overall, I'm just thoroughly impressed with the performance. Camera holds up to its name. The color and image quality is fantastic. The audio capturing ability of the camera is fantastic with the Media Mod and Dead Cat attached, that is. I mean, the GoPro's always had good picture quality. That's just kind of a given. It'd be shocking if a GoPro had shitty image, which was the main reason I went to GoPro initially. Over all the other competitor cameras. Look at that beautiful, beautiful view. I think it's well worth your time and money. It is a little pricey. That's the one downside of these GoPros. You gotta pay so much for the camera. I think it's like 300, 400 bucks, maybe more. Then you gotta buy the media mod, which is a bit annoying. And you gotta buy mounts and the purple panda mic. One of the things I've been waiting for the longest time was hoping that GoPro would just come out with the helmet, a fully built helmet with a GoPro like the 9 built into it, and then you maybe put a solar panel on the top so that the helmet is constantly charging the camera. How crazy would that be? Like, GoPro, what are you doing? You're dropping the fucking ball on this shit. Why have you not put the energy and effort into researching and designing this type of crazy ass helmet? I'm out here riding around with a camera strapped to my face, and you're telling me this whole time. I feel like it wouldn't be that hard for GoPro to attach a camera to the front, exactly where my camera is right now, just do a fully built helmet with it built in. All you have to do, plug your damn helmet in at the end of the night. How hard is that? It's 2021. Why doesn't that exist? I don't know. I don't know why that doesn't exist. That's $1 million idea. There are hundreds of motovlogs out there. There are people that ride dirt bikes. There are people who race cars for a living. If GoPro were to team up with like Bell or some, you know, big hungry helmet company, they could probably make an amazing product. Especially now that this 9 is out. For a long time, I've always quite felt like the GoPros were good, but there were always these underlying issues that made them not so desirable. With the GoPro Hero 9, this is probably the first time I've seen a GoPro where I was like, yeah, alright, this is pretty much what I wanted. It would be nice if they could improve the battery life even more. In terms of image quality, performance, audio, I'm fine with all that. I've been fine with all that since the 7. But I would like to see a 3-hour to 4-hour battery life GoPro. I know that's insane. That's a lot to ask. But I don't feel like it's impossible. That's the first time, this GoPro Hero 9 is the first GoPro in a while that I feel like they've actually spent some time trying to get a better battery, and they had to sacrifice some of their size for, which honestly, it's not that bad. It's not that noticeable. I think some people will complain maybe. A lot of people seem to enjoy small shit. I personally fucking hate it. I don't mind that the camera's as big as it is. I think they could make it slightly bigger and it wouldn't bother me. I would appreciate a slightly bigger screen and a bigger battery. Everything else is pretty much there. And the GoPro 9 is definitely the first time they've improved on it in a very long time. Battery life has always been notoriously bad on all action cameras. And GoPros were always upsettingly bad because you kind of expect better from them. But, you know, maybe GoPro will step their game up one of these days and really come out with just some crazy shit. 2-3 hour long GoPro battery life. Blow my mind. Anyways, those are just my thoughts on the GoPro Hero 9. If you're looking for a good action camera for motovlogging, couldn't recommend it more, man. I think it's the best GoPro yet, and I wouldn't say that lightly. I'm not being paid to say that. I just think it's worth it, mainly for the battery life alone, but for the picture quality as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.